Now in the previous video, we spoke about line graph. Now let's talk of a pie chart. So that's our next illustration. The given pie chart shows the data on the hobbies of students during summer vacations. Now these are the different hobbies of the students during your summer vacations. Write an analytical paragraph in 100 to 120 words, that's our limit, to analyze the data. So let's look at our pie chart and let's study it a little bit. So what it shows is dance. Now first is dance, which is how much? 34%. Majority of us like to dance, so yes. Then nowadays photography is on the rise, so yes, that's 27% children want to do that. Singing 19%, playing 13%, and yoga, which everyone finds it boring, is 7%. Yes, so this is the information, the pie chart given to us. Now, how do we put this in the form of a paragraph? Let's watch. The pie chart illustrates 5 different types of hobbies that students took up during the summer vacation. Now, please look at the tense. Took up, past tense. So now we will stick to that. Okay? Right? So now that's the introduction line, very crisp, very clear, right? It is clear from the pie chart that 34% of the students preferred to dance, which secured a majority. So out of the whole thing, 34 is the majority, right? They wanted to dance. 27% of students who contributed to photography preferred the second highest proportion. So after 34 we saw 27 was the highest. So that's the second highest proportion. Singing is the third place preferred by 19% of the students, and playing at the fourth position, in which 13% of the students have shown interest. Please read this paragraph again. Try and understand. See, there is no repetition. The format is changing with every hobby. So please stick to that. Notice it and keep it in mind. The last group is yoga, as only 7% of the students liked hobbies. It was the least favorite hobby of the students. So you see, this is the body, right? The whole pie chart has been put into words. Conclusion, we can guess that during the summer vacations, the students chose, past tense, the students chose dancing the most. Yoga was the most widely accepted option, while it was the least taken up hobby. Okay, now it was the least taken up. Very few people, the minimum students opted for yoga. That's our conclusion. This brings us to the end of illustration 2. Let's move on further to illustration 3. Now, what you see here is a table. What was in our first illustration? It was a line graph. Second was a pie chart. Third is a table, right? You have all the different types of the paragraphs here that you are seeing. You will find more solved ones in your question bank. Kindly refer to them, right? And you will also find the same in notes. So please refer to them for more. So the chart below displays details regarding online activity for 7 age groups. You can see 7 age groups into 6 activities. These are the different online activities. In 100 to 120 words, write an analysis paragraph for the table provided. Now, here what we are seeing are the different age groups. Here we are seeing the different categories, the different online activities. Now, let's just talk in brief. If we look at teens, what is the maximum they do? Online games. I can see you people smiling. Yes, that's you. Online games. Now, if we look at 20s, 30s and 40s, look at maximum, you have product research, right? You have more of it. Then even in the 50s, if we look, it's the product research. In 60s as well, it is the product research. That's the highest and minimum whatever they do. 70 plus also is like news, more of news as well as product research. Now that's what the table is showing us. Now let's see how we put this into paragraph. Let's move further. For 6 distinct types of activities, the table above illustrates the online activities of 7 age groups. ranging from teenagers to those in their 70s. Right from the teens till the 70s, you have the whole table. The chart illustrates that younger people are more interested in online games, we checked it, and news, whereas the elderly people use the internet to study and buy items. We saw the product research. The chart shows that adolescents mostly use the internet for games. That's up to 88%, like we first highlighted. News and downloads, and they are interested in finding people or friends as well as completing product research. So look, let's go back. We'll see the teens. See, look at them. All of it is maximum, right? 88 we said. You also want to do downloads. You also want to get news, right? Let's go back. What else does it have to say? The middle-aged group, now which are those from 20s to 60s, is very interested in what? In obtaining news, conducting product research and purchasing items with a proportion of 70 to 80%, just a random thing. The internet activity that takes up the least amount of time is looking for individuals, right? So if you look at the table where they are looking for individuals, it is taking up the least amount of time. Yeah, let's conclude this. Every age group spends less than 30% of their internet time doing the same thing. With age, the amount of time spent on downloading drops. You tend to become very choosy. You don't want to download everything, unlike the adolescents and the teens who want to watch everything. Here, how do we conclude the table? Overall, the table indicates that teens are most likely to spend their time playing video games, right? And downloading content. Older individuals, on the other hand, they are interested in studying and purchasing items. People spend the least amount of time online looking for others. You already have so much to look at your own. Why would you want to look for others? Yeah, you already have your bunch of friends. You're happy. You have many other tasks on hand, too much on your plate. That's enough. So yeah, that brings us to the end of your table. And as we conclude this video, few minds wear out, more rust out. Very beautifully put by Christian Bovee. Now, what does he really mean by this? Few minds wear out, they get tired, right? You do analysis. So it's talking about your skill to analyze. So if you get tired, analyzing, but if you don't do it, your brain will get rusted. So yes, kindly make sure you keep analyzing. Well, that does not mean you poke your nose and analyze someone else's life. Don't do that. You stick to your own, analyze yourself, introspect, and keep watching and keep learning.